Hello, and welcome to this episode of the MXM live stream. My name is Deirdre, aka Sunshine Hollis. You can also call me Dee Dee. That's what the real world calls me. And I am here with my partner in crime, up to our usual shenanigans. Hello, Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean Rolakowski. I'm the brand manager for MXM, and I am also up to my usual shenanigans.
Shenanigans abound. How are you? We haven't seen you in a long time. We have been quite busy here at NCSoft with MXM. You might have seen that we have been at a couple of shows, and we're going to dive more into little tidbits of information. But hello, how about that little preview that we've got there of a new master incoming?
Couple things coming up next week.
We'll do a little bit of a deep dive into all of those things. Titus, there he is, a little preview of him.
His glory.
Yeah. You'll also notice that next, if you've been watching the website, we posted today some information about Natium defense. Also moving along in the show, we will go ahead and dive into that as well. Quick updates. So, as part of our busy last couple of weeks, we had the River Kings Cup. To give you a little recap, we want to congratulate our winners of that. So we had Fight Club and Warmonger at the final, and with Fight Club winning, and then Overzealous and Overzealous, Warmonger won that round. And then let's see, moving on to the NA. That was the EU rounds, by the way, which were super exciting. Many of you got to catch that on Twitch. And then our Supreme Champion, TSM, we were very congratulatory towards them. In fact, we got to meet some of those players playing as Fire Sale during a showcase at PAX West. Which we'll also go into. Anyway, for those River Kings Cup tournament folks who participated, for our North American and European audience, thank you so much. More tournaments are incoming. We just need to sit down and plan for those for the coming months, but we have some news ahead that will impact some of the planning on that. Not in a negative way, in a positive way. We just want to make sure that we plan accordingly. So, let's talk about the fun things that we've been doing. 2 weeks ago, we had Gamescom. And for those of you who went, who are watching now, you might have met our EU counterparts. Jan and Ackley were there, also known as Braun and Yukamon, as well as our PR and our brand managers there. So do you want to give us a little overview about Gamescom?
Yeah, I mean, Gamescom and PAX were both pretty similar for us. We had show floor presence. We were giving out some codes and pins for the people who were lucky enough to hang out and come play the game. But we, for the PAX side of things, we also had our exhibition match, which we'll talk about here in a little bit as well. But yeah, it's really fun to get on the floor and to see brand new people play the game, to have people come up who have been playing the game already. And so we had a bunch of stations set up for people to try out MXM, earn some pins, and have some fun.
These ones.
Yes,
yeah, and a Mondo Zax code, which was awesome. So that was that. The showcase tournament was actually pretty excellent. We brought together our 2 top North American teams from the River Kings Cup tournament, and CLG got to take home Victor's Rights on that round. But we definitely had quite an exciting time watching them, and it was a really good time for all of us here at MXM. We're very proud to showcase it and to let a lot more people see what MXM is all about. Yeah, I know that my dogs are still hurting. I don't know about yours, but... It
was several days of tender feet, that's for sure. Yeah, and Dee Dee and I got to meet and hang out with both of those teams. And
absolutely.
A bunch of cool people. So
yeah, and our community. Like new members, and existing members of our community. We got to grow our audience a little bit there. So it was good. It was good to shake some hands and play some games. Let's see. Going on, we have some updates to the Soul economy. So you will have seen that in a post. We have had a lot of feedback about it, and we are definitely moving forward with this change. To help MXM in the long run. These are very necessary changes, and nothing is set in stone, but it's definitely necessary at the moment. But if you need to know about those changes, you can go ahead and hit the website for all the nitty-gritty details of what exactly is being changed.
Yeah, obviously it's a big change. It's going to be a little jarring, especially just... It's going to be a little jarring the first time that you see it. What we ask is get in there, see how it feels, and then if you still have feedback, if you want to reiterate on feedback that you had before, if you have additional feedback, please post all that. We are watching and reading all of that, and that's the only way that we're going to be able to make changes.
Absolutely.
First step is we need to make the game healthy from an economy standpoint for all sides of things, people who pay and people who don't. And then at the same time, we need to then tweak and balance that. So please provide your feedback if you have it.
Yay! Feedback is always good. Moving
Preferably
along.
constructive.
Yeah, listen, we're all going to take a little bit of a hit, and that's okay. We knew this going in. But let's just say you lead bees to honey with honey, right? Whatever. The point being is just, we'll take all the feedback, even if it's passionately passionate. So.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, right? Like we've been part of games and community for a while collectively, so we know that even when people are not happy, it's coming from a place of passion. It's coming from because they like the game and they want the game to be better. So we're never going to, just think that you're a terrible person because you're yelling at us, but we just prefer you don't yell at us.
Yell at us, but don't insult us. I mean, yeah. Anyway, the point being is we love all your feedback and keep it coming. Okay. In the meantime, Rank Season 1 is here. It is ready, and it's waiting for us to engage it and push that big red button of engagement on the 15th.
Yep.
So
we actually do have a giant red button that just says engagement across the front of it.
Yeah.
It's pretty, you gotta be here to see it. But
smash that button and engage.
Yeah. So that starts on the 15th of this month. And it will go for quite a while. We're gonna have some end of season rewards that we will announce more towards the end of the season. And should be a good time. Get in there and climb back up those ranks, try to get to that Grandmaster.
I know, I was excited. I know much of the community has been anticipating this with the break that we've had between preseason. So here you go. On the 15th, mark your calendars. It'll be turned on, and you guys can get yourselves as high as you can possibly go and fight amongst yourselves, but be nice.
But before that, we have stuff coming up.
Yes.
On the 13th, which is a couple days before.
Yeah.
We got a couple new things going on. You might have seen a little teaser about a new character that is coming to the game. We're going to be showing off the new character whose name is Titus today on the stream. We also have a new game mode that you guys may have seen in the client for quite a while, but haven't been able to play. So the Natium defense line is going to be live as of this Wednesday. So you can get in there, and this is meant to be an end-game PvE challenge. You're supposed to get your butt kicked for a while. Basically, there's 30 different waves of enemies that you have to try and defend your base against. So you're going to want to be upgrading your skills on your characters. You're going to want to be getting those nodes to, specific for this game mode. You're going to want to be learning this game mode, and you're probably going to be wanting to, run some nightmare modes to get used to dealing with lots of enemies and maybe getting some of those nice PvE nodes to help you out in there as well.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. We can't wait. We're going to dive more into that too. We're going to play a few games and hopefully not get completely crushed. We are as decked out as we can get in game, and it's still pretty difficult. So it will be a challenge for our community and a challenge that we look forward to watching you guys overcome. But how about diving into Titus? Let's look at him. A lot of people have had a question about him.
Yeah, he is our first full support master. So what that means is don't expect to kill much with Titus. He's a lover, not a fighter. So he's gonna be there to heal your front line. He has a percentage heal that can give your tanks a nice little boost in HP. He's got one single skill that does any kind of damage to enemies other than his basic attack. So just be aware that whoever you pair him with is going to be your wave clear, your damage dealer, the person who's going to be getting you your points. But he is quite a bit of fun. So I'm going to go into the training room here and kind of show you guys a little bit about what his skills are. He's pretty big. Let's just start with this first two. He's got some cool skins too.
He's got some muscles for sure.
He's
like,
he's a
wow.
big dude. Look at him next to Tajin. You thought Tajin was big?
Oh my goodness, he's been flinging that tome around.
Tajin is just. This is his dystopia skin, so he's kind of more of like a. It's kind of wasteland themed for it. But yeah, so his first ability is just Mending Palm. It starts at 10%, but when you rank it up, it's actually a 15% max health heal. So it's one of our only masters that has a percentage heal. I know Statesman does, but that's in his alt, in an AoE thing. But Titus can do it about every 5 seconds. So it's a pretty low cooldown. I think I've got him built with some cooldown reduction right now too, so not exactly that by default, but it's pretty big. So this is his other ability. You can see that the beams are pulsing back and forth there between allies and enemies. Every time it hits an ally, it's going to heal them. Every time it hits an enemy, it's going to do some damage. So this is the one skill that could surprise people with Titus as far as damage goes. If someone's trying to chase you down and you're completely isolated with them, it can do a little bit of damage. If you build him skill power, it can do a little bit more, but don't expect a whole lot from him.
So basically, don't fight by yourself if you're Titus.
Yeah.
Definitely, we like mean support. He is a full support character.
Yep.
So make friends.
Make friends. He's got a little bit of a teleport dash for his right click. I don't know if I can set it up right. It's kind of a weird positioning here, but you gotta get like right between these guys in order for it to hit both of them. But anyway, I will switch to his next skills and go on from
now, there. One of the questions that pops up is, in other games, healers are generally squishy. How does he fare as far as the ability to take some damage?
I mean, he's got a decent amount of HP. He's not fully squishy by any means. He can heal himself as well. So there's that. I guess the main thing, once I get through his skills, I'll show his attack skill. But he has the dash to be able to get out of there. Like I said, he's got a couple other things like his, I think it's Nero's Grace is the name of it. Yeah, he puts out this this road that increases movement speed for allies once it's ranked up and heals 100 HP per second. It also slows down enemies, so you can use that as a, you know, if you're trying to catch up with somebody, you can. I totally missed, but you get the idea. And then his, I think one of his big skills that a lot of people are going to like is this one here. It's the Hallowed Ground. So it drops a big old disc on the ground here, and while enemies are inside of it, they cannot use skills. They're silenced. While enemies are inside it, they're silenced. While allies are inside it, they are immune to crowd control. They have super armor, so you can't be CC'd, and they are cleansed of any debuffs that are on them.
Excellent.
So you can use that. You know, if you see that Tulam coming towards your team, you know, you can drop that right in the middle, and then as soon as he pops up, he's just kind of standing there doing a whole lot of nothing.
Cool deal.
So his ultimate, as you kind of got a hint of in the teaser video, is sort of a, I guess it's not really a res, it's more of a death prevention ability. So it does use 3 blips of his gauge, so he is just as expensive with his ult as Tajin is, but for a limited amount of time, allies get this little buff above them, and it makes them basically, if they drop below 1 HP, if they would die, it'll instantly heal them instead.
Excellent.
So enemies are going to have to watch for that buff. If you're fighting against Titus, wait for it to disappear. But he also has one other thing on there that I want to really point out. So as soon as this goes away, just take a look at the characters, and you'll see a moment of invulnerability at the end there too.
Okay.
So in a typical situation where you have a buff that prevents death, you'll want to wait till the buff goes away and then just unload to make sure you get that kill. With Titus, you're going to want to wait just a little bit longer, because if you hold off all your skills until you see that buff go away, they're still going to have a moment of invulnerability at the end of it. So just make sure you don't waste your skills trying to get that kill shot. But if somebody were to die while that is on them, it instantly heals them 50 to 70% of their health, depending on how far you've got it ranked up. And it also, at level 6, it also restores 100% stamina instantly. So if you got a group of people around you, you can use it, give everyone all their stamina back, and now they have the buff for a short amount of time. So let's talk about his basic attack. His basic attack works actually quite a bit like RMB. where you're just dropping down a point to do damage. It is pretty delayed though, so like I said, when I'm telling you that he's not going to be a very reliable source of damage, what I mean is you can drop it and walk out of it before it goes off. So if you're using this, you're going to want to lead people quite a bit and just use it more as a deterrent. It's less about that. Now if you hold down the button, you get a nice healing field around you. Now this doesn't impair your movement speed at all. Any allies within it are going to be healed for about 30 HP per tick, 40 if you have the weapon ranked up. But you can run into battle, keep everyone topped off, use this to retreat. And then once you release it, for every level that you charge it up, it makes your basic attack a little bit of a wider radius. So that's Titus in a nutshell. Again, I see him being very support heavy, especially for people who like to run tank comps. If you like to play Natium, if you like to play Statesman characters that have high health, Coom, he's got a very low cooldown heal, so you can keep your tanks in there a little bit longer.
Now, how about, is he intuitive to like a newer player just getting in, wanting to buy their first big master?
Probably not a good choice for the first couple masters.
Okay.
Unless you just love playing support and you want to learn him, I would suggest that you go with kind of your core group first. Some of the lower soul masters that flesh out your team, so you have lots of different options. Then save Titus for when you start getting more into competitive play and you want to be that true support for your team.
Excellent.
One more thing to show you before we get into Natium, and it's just a minor thing, but some of you guys might be happy about it. Our friend Yuri has finally gotten over her
cold.
Her cold.
Yeah, she had a really nasty virus. Whew. Yep.
So she's gonna be back to her old self. Well, not her old self, but...
Look at that. Ah, I like how she looks for that chair first. That's my favorite part.
We've improved Yuri's 3D model.
Yep.
I can show you that in the bridge. We've also redone her VO to be a little bit more in line with the
her appearance.
Seemingly dainty little thing that she is. And her splash art has been updated as well to be a little bit more consistent with her skins.
Yes, absolutely. There she is. I could do that. I could totally do that. There she is, and looking as good as... Yep, look at those moves. Whoop.
All right, so the big thing now, I think we're going to get into some Natium defense line.
Let's do that.
Hopefully get past wave like 10, because it's pretty tough. It takes a lot of coordination for sure.
Yeah, we've had some challenges with that, but hey, you know, I'm all for a challenge.
So the first thing you'll notice for Natium defense is there's one difficulty, and that is Nightmare.
Correct.
It's going to be very hard. Get some of our friendly neighborhood.
So with Natium defense, you also need to remember that it is ranked Nightmare. It is a PvE mode. So you also have to be 35 plus. You have to own at least 10 masters at a minimum. It is not timed. It was always on, but ranked will be reset monthly. All of these things are in the news post, so if you go there, it will detail the little things out, like the rewards. There's metal and gold rewards up until a certain rank, and then it's just gold. At the end of the 30th wave, if you are successful and remain victorious in that 30th wave, you will be awarded a soul. All of these things can change, but for right now, this is what we have, and we're pretty excited about it. I know I'm excited about this mode. I hope to one day, eventually, in my career, see Wave 30. But it has been fun to play. It's extra challenging, but it can be extra aggravating too, but also extra entertaining because it really requires a lot of strategy. You can only pick, one of the coolest things in this game is you can only pick one master per round. So you can have two masters, but only one master is allowed on the map.
On the team, yeah.
On the team. So you can't have 2 Luas. You can't have 2 Yuris. So
let's get going here.
Yeah, let's go.
Kind of explain how things go as we do. So another thing that's important, and you'll hopefully we'll get far enough to where you see this, but you're going to need to bring in a variety of characters, not necessarily attunement, but in the debuffs and in the things that they can do. Because this is really, one, it's an endurance test, so you're going to have to outlast against several characters. There's a whole set of new auxiliary skills that do different things. Kind of mouse over each of these quick so people who want to go back and read them can. Ooh. So Crystal Turret, Force Aura are kind of 2 of my personal favorites. Force Aura is the where you can just basically shove things around for a while, and there are actually destructible pillars and stuff on the map that let you shove things off the edge. So with Force Aura, you can do that for some of the monsters that take a little bit longer to defeat or a little bit more difficult. Yeah, so let's go into it here.
We did have a question
lots of people running turrets.
Yeah, bring on the questions.
Ranked, and it was, is it going to be similar to preseason, where it's only available in the evening, or?
I'll have to check on that for you. I don't know. I'll have to check with our producer and see.
As far as I know, it's supposed to be always on. So.
We'll confirm.
Yeah, we'll confirm and actually send that question to the forums so that we can go ahead and answer there.
All right, so like I said, the main thing with Natium Defense is that you are trying to defend the base, which is this giant sword here, as you can see on the screen. You have 2 crystal turrets here that are protecting it, and you have these all of these walls that you can see on the mini-map here. Passing through the walls gives you a little bit of speed boost, so keeping these up is a little bit more important for giving you some mobility around the map. You get about a 5-second warning, which you'll see with these exclamation points on the map before enemies spawn, and that's about all you get. So any one of these different points on the map can have enemies spawn from it. Ultimate gauge booster, that's too important to leave behind. You can see that they do drop power-ups. You can get speed boosts, you can get ultimate gauge. So keep an eye on those just to try and make sure you get everything taken care of. Now these guys here are very, very particularly interesting to fight. You have to separate them from all their mobs in order to be able to damage them. You see the shield on him? Now we're able to deal damage because he doesn't have any other mobs within this circle around him. It's very important for those particular, because if you neglect them and you let them get piled up on your tower, it's going to be very difficult to defeat them.
Little sorry for the cough. Little tip is you definitely want some masters that have good crowd control.
Yeah, crowd control. I really like Chromite on this because her Aether Pikes just allow things to just pile up on them. These guys here, these Demolishers, will actually explode in an AoE when they die. Again, if you let them pile up in your tower, that's going to hurt. So try to kill them before they get to your tower. We do have one spawner down here. Don't you touch my energy net. Oh, got some stuff in the middle. Get these guys dead before they get to the net. There we go. Alright, so wave 3 is complete. Now it's telling us that we've got something coming in here. These portals will also periodically spawn, and these are just a direct gateway for enemies to be able to come through. So you got to burn them down really quickly. You see this invader here was able to pop in, but they will keep spawning out of there until you destroy that. So it's a very, very important objective for your team. Alright, I'm not going to waste my Aether Pikes on little stragglers here, but I should be able to. There we go. Alright, so these gladiators are one of the few monsters that will actually attack attack the attack masters on this stage. So they are very, very annoying. They'll just kind of hop around through your nets. Oh, Thor tried to get him to jump off the edge, but oh, rip, rip. So speaking of death, it can happen, and it's just a respawn time before you're able to get back on the map. So not too big of a deal. Now we've got our first major boss coming in here. This is a cloned Titan, miniature kinetic Titan actually. These guys here have super armor pretty much constantly, and are not able to be pushed around with your abilities and stuff like that. So this is where those like crystal turrets that people have as their auxiliary skills really come in handy, because it forces them to stop and attack them for a while your team can dogpile on top of them and get them taken out. Slowing them down, very important. So otherwise this guy's here is just going to tear through all of our nets and try to get to our base. I'll put the turret a little bit too far back. All right, so also you notice that we've got these little green jewels in the top here. Those are what we use to rebuild our base. So some enemies will actually give you a resource to rebuild the base, and that's what these scouts here are about to do, and what those Titans give as well. All right, so I'm going to let Dr. Rao take care of those guys while I go get this scout here and try to catch up to him. Nope, you get super armor after you hit him, so. Keeping these walls taken out too is important.
Guardian Stone.
Yeah, you know what? I think usually I wouldn't summon a Guardian at this point, but I think for the sake of the stream, let's show everybody. Because this wave here is pretty difficult as far as that goes. So, clearing invaders in 3 seconds. Ready? Boom!
Dang! That's
so
legit.
That took 3 of our resources, but it completely clears the map of enemies that are on it. Now this one here is a little bit different. It only costs 1, but it actually summons a champion. You might remember, our friends Adaman from before. There's just a giant guy who will protect the base with a giant sword for a little bit. Hopefully we can separate those guys out. Perfect. And now, for the sake of...
Ugh, I didn't get all of them, sorry.
No worries. I'm going to take this up for the sake of time. Let's see here. Where are you going? Come here. Dang it. I thought I'd killed the wall there, but I had 1 hit left on it. I wasn't able to shove him off.
You took
That's
that
a Valor
turret
fail.
down. He takes the crystal turret down real fast, too.
Yeah. You can rebuild these turrets also with 2 of those resources each. We got a portal coming in here. So using your resources is very important. If you do that map-wide bomb, it takes 3 of your resources. So it's very, very powerful, but kind of leaves you vulnerable to being able to build your base back up and all that. Now there are also some monsters that have certain immunities, or certain weaknesses, I guess I should say. And I think we're going to be seeing those guys pretty soon. Oh, we got a Titan. Now these giant Titans here, these the larger ones, the ardent ones, can actually be, they have a weak bar, so they can be stunned. So I'm going to use our good friend Ritlock here to start building up that meter, because everyone loves Ritlock's ability to stun Titans. Oh, it wasn't quite able to get it. Too late. Go. Yeah, he hurts too. where are you going? My aether
Hey,
pikes are this way.
back here. I need to kill you.
Like I put the aether pikes down, and he just is like, nope. I'm just gonna walk away from those. I really like Chromite on this stage. I think for me, Chromite and Ritlock is my favorite combo, just because she's really great at wave clear, and he's really great at stunning those the big things that need to be stunned. As I was saying before, there are some enemies that are immune to damage until you hit them with a certain type of debuff. So they'll have either a fire emblem above their head or a blood emblem, and basically you cannot damage them until you hit them with that type of CC or that type. So this guy here's got blood. So as Chromide, I'm going to be able to drop my aether pikes in a second. There. So now that he's bleeding, he's going to be taking damage. There's a bunch of different ones for those two. This one here is fire, so I've got Ritlock. Switch over to him. Now he's burning. So now he should put the actual burning on. There we go. Should be taking much more damage. I'm just going to shove as many of these guys off as I can. All right, we're not doing too bad. We're on wave 12 so far. We got a resource.
Those are soul-infused explosives. Their blast wave is incredibly destructive.
Fast movement. Come here. I usually take brutish sleep too. Dang it.
Well,
I'm quite able to get him. Yeah, I usually take brutish sleep on Ritlock. I decided to take hamstring this time, which obviously did not work out in my favor.
there we go. There. Done.
All right, demolishers. We're talking. It also tells you right here what's coming in 5 seconds, and then it lights up red when they actually arrive and get there. All right, it's starting to get a little hectic. Starting to get a little crazy, Dee Dee.
I'm so prepped for this, though.
These turrets definitely help keep focus off of your towers, so those are good to bring. There are also auxiliary skills that increase the attack power of enemies or allies around you. Binding slows, all the things are important. Oh, we got a resource. Let's cut them off. All right, so we got 4 resources again. So we can either rebuild 2 towers or we can summon some heroes. We do have a Titan that I'm going to start trying to deal with here. No, he's a miniature one. I'm not going to be able to.
Not by
The
yourself,
miniature
huh?
ones don't have a weak phase, so I can slow them down. I don't think they can be pushed around either. These ones you actually have to fight to slow them down again. These guys are tough, though. Good job on those turrets.
No
Keep them busy a little bit.
He's going down pretty fast. No, he doesn't. get CC'd as easily as everything else.
No, we're gonna lose a tower here.
Maybe we should get a Guardian? No, we got him.
Yeah, we got the Titan. Let's reinstall this tower here, since we got extra resources now. Oh, we lost both towers. That's rough.
Oh boy.
That is rough. Siege blasters. Siege blasters are giant jerks. They will
This is where it
attack.
gets fun.
They will attack the towers from pretty much the middle point of the map. Oh, and we've got a portal coming into. The only way to damage these guys is to fill their weak bar. So now that
There's
these,
a question regarding attunement, and people are wondering if that has any effect in here.
I'm just gonna try and hang on one second. Let me just shove this guy off the edge.
What was the question?
If attunement has any effect.
The monsters in here, as far as I have ever seen, do not have any attunements. Oh gosh. Oh no. No.
Well,
All right,
we tried.
So, wave 16.
That's
Not bad.
pretty good.
Not bad
Yeah.
for first run. But as you can see on the rank screen here, it shows you which rank you completed. So we got to, I guess, the 15th wave. This is our team. This was our comp, and you can actually go through and see all of the different ones that have posted so far. So these are our QA team. Rumor is that they cheated a little bit on that run, but you know,
Rumor?
I'm not gonna judge. But you get gold, you get XP. Obviously, this is subject to all your different boosters as well, for your guild boosters, for your personal boosters and stuff. And well, if you have managed to get through all the craziness, then you get yourself a soul.
Yay!
How are we doing on time? Got time for
Think
another run?
Yeah, I think we have time for another run for sure.
Okay.
Because then after this, we just have some news. So yeah, let's go do that. Because that was pretty intense. I'm really glad we made it that far.
Let's see if we can beat our record now. Yeah, so like I said, it's very. The characters that you pick is going to be very important because, and how you node them out too. Because some characters obviously can do a lot of damage, but they're very mana heavy, or you know, they
Require
burn
a lot
through
of-
their energy or
yeah.
whatever. So for some characters, you're going to want to. For some
Before
characters.
you hop in there, can you show off the Titus skins?
Oh
Titus
yeah.
skins.
While we're waiting.
And then
Why don't you go
also,
ahead and do
people
that?
are
I
wondering
have-
if you can talk a little bit more about the rewards.
Rewards
Okay.
and.
If you
Natium?
hit my screen, I can go over those skins real quick. So let's do, basically, this is his Vicar. Oop, I've already changed him, but you can see he's got kind of this like weird, not top hat. It's like
He's a cross between. His look is a cross between a couple different characters
Yep.
I recognize from around
yeah.
the video games world. Maybe
That's his giant tome. Very glowy. Yeah.
the glowier the better.
The glowier the better. So,
I like his wasteland skin.
yes.
Personally.
Wasteland skin is one of my favorites, so let's get that one on as well. I think a lot of people like this one. Yeah, there you
This
go.
book says MXM on it now, and
Look at that. Woo! I just like his mask and everything, and you know, he's very holy.
Yeah.
Oh man, he'd be fun to cosplay.
Yeah.
if you're like 8 feet tall
Actually,
and
that's a
built,
good challenge.
No, I would do like a female version.
Yeah. Hey, an even bigger
Should learn
challenge.
something.
If you can cosplay Titus as a girl, kudos to you. We'll send you a care package.
There you go.
Just send us some pictures and stuff.
All right, we're going to dispatch in now.
Okay.
Ready to go?
Ready?
Here we go. I'm going to stick with my chrome meter at lock.
Let's see. I'll probably stick with that, and then shotgun rocket. Wait.
And then the next question was kind of going into rewards, and I think a majority of this is medals and gold, right?
So
Majority, yeah.
every time, so when you're playing normally, it's XP and gold, and then if you beat the 30th wave, you get a soul. Now the end of season rewards for Natium happen once a month,
Right.
And that will pay out to the top ranks, kind of like what guilds do now, kind of like what everything else does. If you're a top one of the top people, then you'll get additional reward monthly. It requires some clarity, and I can update the post because it's ranked, but also you get rank within it. Yep.
You don't get rewards for the rank within it. You get an end of season, like an end of ranked season.
Yeah.
And it's monthly.
Once a month, we reset the rankings and people start over.
Yep.
So. All right.
Let's do this.
So we got to beat. We got to get past wave 15 to beat our today's
16.
record. Well, we were on 16. We didn't beat it.
Oh, we didn't beat it. Yeah. Okay. I'm like, yeah. What? We'll do
So
it.
I think for those miniature titans, that's probably a good time to burn a resource on the hero, the champion.
All right.
Because unless we have everybody there burning them down and slowing them constantly, they are just annoying. They're way more annoying than the big ones.
Well, definitely leave the call to the team captain.
We can give you a 5-second warning.
But if I'm there, if you make that call, I'll do it.
You know what? I'm going to leave for you guys to... There's plenty of you here. I'll go mid. So as far as like strategy for nodes and stuff go, like I said, it really depends on the character that you're bringing in. So if you're playing a character that is just like drains mana like it's nobody's business, drop those up. Someone had already stunned and got the super armor off. There we go. Who drains mana like nobody's business, you might want to just take either mana while tagged out or straight up MP recovery in general. You know what? I don't want to deal with your ape attitude.
That's one way of handling it.
You can also use that defensively if you've got a bunch of things on your turret. You can kind of just stand around the turret and shove things off while your team deals with them. Not as effective as just straight up pushing something off a cliff, but you know. Run, Kermit, run! You're almost there. Blah. Oh no. That's binding around me. Oh, portal coming in.
Abandon this position. That gate seems to be bringing in reinforcements. Destroy it.
Nice job. All right. Right side heavy.
In a moment.
I don't have my skill up right now. All right. Let's see if I can. Yeah, big boy.
Now people are wondering if the waves are random or
Rumplo,
if
you're ruining my plan.
if it's based on like what wave.
Waves are not random; they are the same every time. So you can learn patterns. You can get good. So for those gladiators, like what I was just trying to do there, they'll leap at you basically. You can get them to leap off the cliff if you time your rolls right. But Rumplo had other ideas. I'll let you guys start working on that Titan. Take out the right side here.
In a moment.
All right. There we go. Got a resource. Yeah, I think the next miniature Titan I'm gonna try and get back to base and summon the hero for it. And this time I'm not going to. I think we can hold out against the giant wave.
Just on the gathering resource-laden enemies will allow us to reinforce native defenses.
Just waiting for it. Where are you, dude?
So people are wondering if they can heal towers.
If you choose that option as your wait. Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you talking about with masters? So if a master like Titus or Vita or whatever, they should be able to heal these just like any other. I haven't played Vita in here personally. I don't think that there's any particular rule that prevents it though. But bringing a healer in is also something that you're taking away from the rest of your team. So I wouldn't recommend Titus for this map by any means. No. He doesn't bring enough offensively. But maybe Vita, maybe Demonos for the constant slow.
Quickly, activate the beacon before we're overrun.
Leave me alone, dude. All right, shield breaker or shield bearers. I'm just gonna shove this one off the side.
Shards.
Come on, hold. I didn't get it.
You gotta separate these out.
There we go.
The shield bearers themselves will actually have reduced CC time as well. So in that instance, I dropped my Aether Pikes down, and it stopped all of them, but he wasn't stopped for as long, so he moved out of range of his other minions there. While oops, did not need to do that. While the other one stayed stuck.
In a moment.
Vonok's really good for taking out those portals. Obviously single target damage. Alright, let's go deal with Mr. Titan.
Stuff.
This guy we can stun now. One more jump. He's weak. Woo.
In a moment. Feel my torment.
He goes weak after every second circular jump like that, and he goes weak after every just normal, I don't know how to describe it, normal stompy thing that he does. We'll call it the stompy thing.
That's the official term.
Yeah. All right, so we got the burned invaders and the bloodied invaders coming in. These are the ones that need a particular type of CC to stop, basically.
Running will not help you.
And the sprinters are much faster than normal things. But they are weak. We're going to have to switch to Chromite for him. Where's the burn? Started with that quick. Did we just? Oh, we just shoved the bloody guy off. All right. I'll go with you. Ritlock, in my opinion, is just really good all around for this map. Like his ultimate is cheap. You get a lot of ultimate boost gauges from killing enemies, so you're able to use that very often. It can stun Titans very easily. So this guy here needs to be slowed. You see the snail above his head?
Mm-hmm.
We got a resource here to take down.
Those are soul-infused explosives. Their blast speed is incredibly destructive.
Go. We got 7 resources. We were able to deal with that that giant wave. You're supposed to teach you how to use the explosion thing. Oh, commander here. Let's see if I can. You know, I'm just gonna
Good job.
deal with that. Oops. Probably didn't need to drop the pikes. Ooh.
So we have a couple of Titus questions, if you don't mind answering
Sure.
those.
In a moment.
One of them is if you know the cost of the skins.
So I don't know off the top of my head, but we should be able to post his different costs pretty soon here.
Yep.
I just got to make sure that everything's been finalized.
Yeah.
And then the next question is, does Titus's jump, heal, damage hit masters only, or PvE monsters as well?
All right, I'm gonna just summon a champion here to help us out.
Yep.
Sorry, Titus is what?
His jump, heal, / damage. They're wondering if that hits masters only, or
Oh my gosh, I'm almost dead. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Oh, someone used the explodey. I don't know if that's.
And our guardian is out. I don't think they meant to, but. Oh.
So I'm sorry. I'm gonna have you ask that question again. I'm sorry. I'm concentrating here very hard.
Does jump, heal, damage hit masters only, or PvE monsters too?
Is
Does it
junk
heal
heal
NPCs?
damage?
That's how they word it.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know what the term means. So his AOE thing that he does heals everything around him, towers, all that stuff. His percentage heal cannot be used on structures or Titans, but that can be used on masters. But his normal non-percentage heals from everything that I've tested work on structures and everything as well. If that doesn't answer your question, then go ahead and ask it again. But I wasn't quite able to understand what you mean. Yeah.
Good job, Guardian. You lived your life well.
All right. Siege Blaster. So I'm just gonna shove that guy off the cliff.
Do it.
I'll get that up.
Focus your skills on weakened targets to stun them. Trapped by your guilt.
All right. Come here, come here, come here. Boop. Later, dude. Yeah, so we haven't really allowed you to see what they do, but the Siege Blasters basically like stop pretty much in the middle of the map and just start shooting your towers from range. They're not cool. Oh, we got a resource. Very important.
Do it.
Cut him off.
Bring it down before it's fully restored.
Oh my gosh, that guy does all the damage. That guy just wrecked me. One single hit was like 80% of Ritlek's health. Back it up.
Got a shield bearer coming in with two.
Get him in tower range here, since he likes to chase people.
Oop.
Oh, we gotta. All right, good. We killed him before the guards got back in. Another siege blaster. I don't have the push up for another 10 seconds, but I think I can.
That siege weapon needs to be brought down now. Open fire.
I got a King's Destroyer too. Go, gosh.
Good job.
Let's take him out. Try and get that gladiator to suicide.
Yeah. I'm gonna kite him out here, I think, if I can.
Alright, Vonox dealing with the gladiator too.
There we go. Oh,
Oh, sorry, he's almost dead. Oh,
Ah.
oh, I got you.
there you go.
Resources. Use an ult on this guy because it's too important to let him go. Oh, right. Hey, we're on wave 19.
My goodness.
When did that happen?
Because we're just that good.
Oh man.
Okay, we gotta get these near the towers first, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna
let
summon
everything
a
else.
champion for us.
That's a good idea. Oh, and I'm dead.
All right, we're on wave 20. Well. Yeah, Rami's really good for this map too, with that huge binding that she does. Helix Titan. All right. Switch over to. Ooh, gosh.
Got him definitely incoming.
Usop's gonna help us down here. I'm
get
gonna
all
go.
these down.
Oh man, I need to be at the Titan and I need to be at the.
Go at the Titan. I've got defense down here.
Hey, pay attention to me, Gladiator.
Guardian Usoc and I are awesome together.
Man, I screwed that up. I totally screwed that up. Nobody saw that. I'm going to bring this gladiator over so I can start. He's got a lot of health. I'm just going to use another one.
Integrity 60%. Natium integrity 20%.
There we go.
Oh, right. So our core is kind of hurting.
It's a little red right
hurting.
now. But you know.
We still got 10 waves to go.
Yep.
High levels of radiation on that target.
Oh, we got a Scorcher. So the Scorchers will just do constant damage around them. So don't get too close. Kill them from range. Easier said than done sometimes, but you know. Rip Thor.
Sorry.
gosh. So many. We still have one resource we can summon a thing from. But we still got our guardian.
We've already got a guardian.
Fighting
still,
for us. Oh,
yeah.
resource. Shield bearers. Oh my gosh! Look at the bottom lane.
What? Oh,
Oh my god. Let's go summon another guardian because I don't think a tower is really going to help us too much at this point. We need.
We have a shield bearers. This might be it. Yep.
GG.
But
hey,
22.
22, not too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah, that's certainly awesome. So, there is your placing right there. So, and then there's your gold. So you get golden XP during these moments where you place, after you're done. And then for your ultimate ranking, your kind of end of month season rank is again you get some little rewards and stuff like that. Well, not little, medals and gold. Medals and gold.
I guess,
but it's mostly gold XP.
Yeah, the main thing too is there's no limit to how many times you can run this. Once you actually get a nice, highly qualified team and can get through and get all the way to rank 30 and start getting those soul that way.
Absolutely.
If we can get to rank 22, I fully expect you guys can.
Oh, absolutely.
Can do this.
Heck yeah! I mean, I fully suspect that within a week or two of. Probably by end of September, we'll be seeing people just clear this, like nobody's business, and then we're going to have to find something else to give you.
And there's no soul costs on Nightmare mode anymore either, so
Yes.
you guys can run those. You can start trying to get those nice legendary PvE nodes, which will work wonders in Natium defense.
Absolutely.
So definitely start getting ready for this and build it up. It's supposed to be the most challenging PvE thing that we've done so far.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys just breeze through it, then we might have to, add a couple waves to it, or crank up the difficulty. But we'll see.
Crank up the difficulty. Yeah. No. As far as those of you who ask questions regarding the pricing, please go ahead and ask those on the forums, and we will confirm that up to see what we can get for you as far as information. In the meantime, update goes live on 9/13, probably the morning of. You're going to want to, patch notes will probably go up that same day as well. Definitely, if not the day before, but definitely when the servers come back online. Yeah. Rank season starts on the 15th, which is that Friday. And then a reminder, for all of this information that comes up, where's camera? Please follow us on Twitter. Go ahead and like us on Facebook. You can also get us on the main website. All of the information, I believe we have RSS feeds, so you can go ahead and follow us there. That's it. Reminder, if you haven't found Gamepedia, we have our own wiki page, which needs constant updating, which is a community type fun thing for you guys to do. So we know people have been on there who have been updating that information. Please feel free to do so at your leisure. This YouTube of this video will be up within the next few days, so you can catch us on the YouTube channel as well. Please go ahead and follow us on YouTube. And that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Well, good
Congratulations,
run.
good run.
I'm proud of Wave 22.
I'm actually proud too, because when we were originally testing this, I'm like, how is anybody going to get through this? I mean, we are fully decked out right now, and
well, I mean, even it's not even super, I guess, fully decked out. If you've been playing for a while and you've got legendary nodes, I mean, those are going to work. You don't need the PvE ones that I'm talking about that have the extra.
I think you could go through high-end NPC nodes as well, so you can get the like Nurnurk, or not Nurnurk, but the Shugo.
Yeah, a lot of it
sells them as well. You should probably. It would be better if you had yellows and.
Definitely want to upgrade your skills though.
Yes.
So make sure you're upgrading your skills on the characters that you want to pick. Make sure you have a few different characters that you know are good for this that you can play, because, like I said, each team can only have one unique master. So if someone picks your Ritlock or your Chromite, for example, you wouldn't be just a giant pleb like I probably would be. So
key tidbits of information when you are playing this, you want to think about your ranged attack as well as your crowd control. That's like, you have one of each master, then you should be golden for you. And make sure that you know that your team can only have one of each master. So make sure that you plan accordingly. Strategy abounds.
Yeah.
Yay!
It's about managing resources. It's about learning the spawns. It's about knowing how to kill the enemies and just doing all of that really well with a team.
Yay!
So,
awesome. I
have
can't
fun.
wait.
I'm really looking forward to seeing the first wave 30 clear and how soon that comes in.
Same here. I'm excited. I'm excited. Make sure that you're posting your screenshots on Twitter, on Facebook, and all those places so we can grab them and see your success and celebrate you. And that's that.
That's
cool.
it.
Until next time, I am Deirdre Hollis. I am the community manager, and I'm here with Shauna Warkowski, who's the brand manager. You can catch us on the forums, you can catch us on Reddit, and obviously on Twitter.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.